Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. This is VAWLS JP as we continue our 2020 countdown to kickoff position previews. Today I'm going to be talking about Tennessee's linebackers unit. As we head into 2020, 3 short weeks away before football season finally starts, finally feels like there's some normalcy around here. We had some game times that were announced this week, so finally feels like that maybe things are normal. We're seeing a few football games that are being played. College and high school. Looks like NFL's on track to kick off here sometime next week, Thursday, I guess it is. So maybe, fingers crossed, we're back to some form of normalcy as far as football world goes. But the excitement's building. I know it is. Everybody's excited for it. I know I am looking forward to it. But going to talk today about the Tennessee's linebacker unit. And if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, be sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the network. We're going to have all kinds of content this year. Just think about it. There's not going to be a whole lot of fans that are able to go to the games, so why not hang out with us before, after, through the week, and interact with us, talk about some Tennessee football. But wanted to talk about the linebackers and give Talkin VAWLS Network our perspective on what we expect from this linebackers unit for 2020. When I think about the linebackers, obviously, we have one stud, and that's Henry Toto. What he was able to do as a freshman last year, come in, pretty much was a day one starter, just mature beyond his years, just a phenomenal football player, just a really headsy player, knows what to do. He's the heart and soul of the defense. He's the quarterback of the defense. Just has a tremendous opportunity. Looks like that, who knows, all SEC, all American candidate by the time that his career is over here at Tennessee. But just a tremendous football player, tremendous instincts, and expect big things from him. By far, in my opinion, the best football player on the football team, and someone that Tennessee is going to have to keep healthy. Can't imagine we need number 11 out there on the field. But after that, when you look at the linebackers, what's next? I mean, the potential's there. I mean, we got Corvair Crouch. I mean, at one time, he was the number 1 overall rated prospect in the entire nation coming out of high school. But he's had some injuries, of course, in high school. He had shoulder surgery there back in the spring. He's also moving from outside, where he played predominantly last year, to the inside role. Can he take up and can he replace Daniel Batuli, the tackling machine? Can he do that? That's going to be one of the key things that is going to allow this defense, if it can, to take the next step from it did last year. Batuli was so steady when he was in there. He made tackles. He wrapped up. But we don't have that now. So we've got to roll with Corvair Crouch. I think Crouch is a better athlete. I think that he can do better in coverage, obviously. So the potential is there. It's just him that's going to have to step up, and can he learn the inside linebacker role? And then you've got another player that has switched positions. You got Jeremy Banks, who, of course, everybody knows Banks' story. He was dismissed from the team last year. So you've got that as well. I mean, he hasn't played football in probably close to a year. Can he step back in and improve from where he was at, other than just, a few series or a few games against some blowout teams? I remember, I think it was the UT Chattanooga game where he got 2 interceptions, I believe. But outside of those situations like that, he's not really played linebacker at Tennessee against SEC opponents. So the potential is there, and I keep saying potential. It's there, but can he step up? Can he take it to the next level? And then as far as your other linebackers with that, you got Bryson Eason, who is the true freshman, probably going to get some snaps at inside linebacker. But we really need Crouch and Banks to step it up to where we're not depending on another true freshman out there. And then you move over to the outside linebackers group. And where does the pass rush come from? Who is going to replace Darrell Taylor, all SEC performer, second in the conference last year in sacks? Who's going to step up? Who's going to take that role and be able? And one thing that a lot of Tennessee fans I don't think realize is how good Darrell Taylor was against the run as well. And that's something with Tennessee's defense that their outside backers have to be good at. There's a lot of times that the outside backer, strong side backer, has their hand on the ground. So it's certainly vital and important that you've got someone that can not only rush the quarterback, but can also set that edge and make sure that they can hold up their own there at the line of scrimmage. When I look at the outside backers group, I think that you've got to look at Keyvon Bennett. Bennett has been one of the best stories as far as he was kind of lost in the shuffle when Pruitt took over. Of course, Bennett was recruited and signed by Bush Jones. He was kind of lost in the shuffle, kind of had gained some weight, and they was going to try to put him on the interior or playing at defensive end. And Pruitt came in, kind of changed to the 3-4 look. He lost some weight, transformed his body, and he really started showing flashes there last year. He really did. I know he showed up several times there in the bowl game against Indiana. So I'm excited about Bennett. I think, of course, his bloodlines with his dad, Biscuit. So I think that there's great opportunity there for him. I'm really pulling for the kid. Really hope that he can really take it to the next level, because Tennessee could certainly use that for sure. Then you've got Roman Harrison. I know that there's a lot of people that, myself included, was excited to see Harrison when he signed with Tennessee. Anybody that follows recruiting kind of knew that he played out of position. I think he played nose guard for his high school team, but one of those under the radar type kids, but is very, very quick, very, very athletic, seems to be like a weight room junkie, so he's going to be in excellent physical condition. My question with Roman Harrison is can he hold up against the run? I think that Harrison is going to be able to find a way to get to the quarterback because of his athletic ability. But my question with Roman Harrison, is he going to be able to hold up? Is he big enough and physical enough to hold up against the run? That's what I'm going to be watching for there with him. But certainly feel like that we can get some production out of him and need some production out of him as far as pressuring the quarterback. Deandre Johnson, he has more returning experience than any of the outside backers do, even having a couple of starts last year, I believe. But he hasn't been able to bring the consistency. That's the thing with him. He'll make one good play, and then it's kind of he just disappears. So certainly rooting from him, and Tennessee needs him to become more of a consistent player with that. Saw the other day, interesting, that John Mincy has been moved to outside linebacker. I would think that is probably in an effort to get him prepared for probably more run situations when Tennessee feels like that offense is going to be running the ball. Of course, Mincy's played defensive tackle, and end, so interesting with that. Was reading about it, and Shelton Felton and Ansley, I think, were talking about that he's very agile for his size, and somebody that they feel like they can help them in certain situations at the outside linebacker role. And then you cannot talk about Tennessee's linebacker core without J.J. Peterson. Oh, J.J. Tennessee fans remember he was the crown jewel of Pruitt's first class. Took him forever to get into school. Came in out of shape. Everybody knows the story. Been injured off and on. Played last year a little bit back up at inside backer. Looks like evidently that didn't work out this year. They've already moved him to outside linebacker. Can he ever make his presence felt? Is he ever going to be able to turn it on at Tennessee and produce the way that many thought that he would coming out of high school? It's yet to be seen. hopefully he can. Hopefully he can, because seems to be a very, very talented kid. It's just for whatever reason, he's one of those that so far it just hasn't clicked yet. But with the freshmen that are coming in, however, I think this is pretty much now or never for Peterson. I think when you look at Morven Joseph, Tyler Barron, Bryson Eason, Martavis French, all of those kids, I think that this linebacker core has more talent than it's had in a long time, and there's a lot more potential there. So I think that it's time for J.J. Peterson. He's going to have to make his presence felt if he ever plans on potentially having any type of significant impact. The last thing that I want to talk about with the linebacker units for 2020 is Tennessee has 2 new linebacker coaches. Inside backer, of course, is Brian Niedermeyer. All Tennessee fans know and love him for his recruiting and everything that he does there. But he is moved back over. From my understanding, he does have more of experience coaching the defense, and I think that he probably feels more comfortable there. But it's something to watch. With that. And then at the outside backer group, my favorite coach's name on the team, Shelton Felton. I mean, is that not just an awesome name, Shelton Felton? But anyway, he is coaching the outside linebackers this year. Seems to be very, very energetic. Of course, Niedermeyer is as well. But both of those guys seem to bring a lot of energy to their positions. But it is something to watch. How do they coach versus what Tennessee has been used to the last couple of years under Pruitt, and how do they mesh with their groups? I don't think that it'll be anything bad or anything like that, but it could take a couple of games or so for them to kind of work some of those newness out, so to speak, with that. But that's going to do it for the linebackers core. I believe for this defense to take the next step, for this defense to improve upon more than they did last year, to take that next step and be a consistent top 5 defense in the SEC, or top 3 defense in the SEC, I think that it's going to be the linebacker core. And can Corvair Crouch, can Roman Harrison, can Keyvon Bennett, can Jeremy Banks, those 4 players, in my opinion, is going to decide how successful that this Tennessee defense can be in 2020. Because 2 of those 4 guys, or all 4 of those guys, are going to have to take up the production that we're losing from Darrell Taylor and Daniel Batuli. If this is your first time new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, be sure to subscribe to the Talkin VAWLS Network here on YouTube. Also, we're live, or not live, sorry, but we're also on Facebook and Twitter. And we also have some cool new t-shirts. Of course, we've had t-shirts out for a year or so now, but just got some new ones right off the press, hot right off the press. The logo looks fantastic. The link will be down at the bottom of this video. So check out the Talkin VAWLS t-shirts. And if you like them, hey, order you 1 or 2 or 3 or the whole family. Just go ahead and do it. Anyway, this is VAWLS JP with the Talkin VAWLS Network. Appreciate everyone listening. And 3 more weeks until it is time to yell, Go VAWLS!